Are you in misery right now? Do you feel depressed, anxious, angry, sad, unfulfilled with your life? In this video, I will share with you a technique that you can adopt, a mindset you can have in your life to have a different life, to instill different feelings in your life. Because at the end of the day, the quality of your life depends directly on the quality of your emotions. Yes, and right now, you choose. Yes, it's your choice to feel those dense and low vibrational emotions. I'm Jeanina Vlad, and this is Jeanina Vlad Loves Money. On this channel, I share my journey from struggling with money, being financially codependent on my spouse, to hopefully soon becoming financially independent, by first identifying my wrong mindset, my money blocks, my past conditioning, because we have in our life the results of our inner world. And our inner world is mainly our beliefs. From our beliefs are coming our emotions, like those dense emotions, our thoughts, and from those, our actions. And from our actions is our habits and the results. And that's why when I understood that my life is the result of me, so I am the cause of my life with good and bad, the things I do, the things I believe, the things I speak, yes, are creating what I get. I took different actions and I started changing my beliefs and my emotions. And in this video, we will talk about exactly these emotions. When you feel that dense emotion, let's say you are fearful or you are apathetic. You say, what's the point in everything? Too much work. This is not good. I cannot do it. This life is not meant for me. I'm not meant to be happy. I don't deserve to have money. Living a life like that is not for everybody. When you feel this emotion, be aware of this emotion. It's just an emotion. It's not you. We are not our body. We are not our emotions. We are not our thoughts. We are not our beliefs. We are not this flesh. We are not eventually these emotions that are coming with these physical bodies of ours. So you are not this anger of yours. You are not this apathy. You are not this guilt or shame or hate you feel right now, or resentment, whatever, sadness. You are not this emotion. Just be aware of it like you are aware of that tree you see on the window outside. Observe it. This is the first step. The second one is to accept it. Acceptance means that there is a purpose with everything that happens, including with this emotion. We live these terrestrial lives as divine, spiritual beings with these physical bodies, that these physical bodies have these emotions, because these emotions are coming only in this physical life we live. They are not emotions our spirit can feel, just for our physical bodies. So observe this and accept it. This comes with this terrestrial life. Fear and anger and hate and jealousy and envy are human emotions. Like that, there are nothing bad with them. They are only here because something happened in our past, and it's your role to find out by journaling, meditating, breathworking, and EFT tapping and other techniques to find out when that emotion started. Because the third step is to ask yourself these questions. What's the lesson I haven't learned yet? This emotion is over here. I feel this guilt. I feel this apathy because something happened in my past that started this emotion. I connected this emotion with something from my past, an unfulfilled emotional need in my childhood with my parents. You will find out. Yes, start your inner work. Will take time, will take years, will never end. It's our duty to see the connections. And it's our job to find the connection between what happens today and what happened in our past. Because it's something that we didn't heal yet. It's a wound, a trauma unhealed by us. We have to surface, let that surface. by accepting that emotion. You cannot vibrate high. Yes, I'm positive, I'm happy. Yes, I'm happy, I'm happy. I love my life, I'm joyful. I live in peace, I love. Without accepting that past trauma that brought that dense negative emotion into your present day. So if somebody triggers you and makes you angry, yes, embrace that anger. It's here with a purpose. You haven't learned a lesson. And you will start journaling, asking yourself these questions. When this emotion started for the first time in my life, when I remembered I felt like this in the past, and you will you will remember more episodes in the past when you felt like that anger, you will feel that something is repeating itself. It's a pattern. When you observe the pattern, when you observe that this emotion is here to remind you something, yes, you haven't healed something from your past that is still upsetting you and is still affecting your life. That pattern, that emotions are not controlling you anymore. You won't be anymore on this autopilot because you are now aware of them. That was the first step, to be aware of this emotion. The second one was to accept it, that has a purpose. It's a lesson in everything. And the third one, to find the purpose, to find what's the reason behind it, and to learn that lesson. For example, I still snap at my kids from time to time, but less often. Because when you start doing your inner work and healing your past traumas, you will see that emotion that you healed are surfacing less and less often, are affecting your present life seldomly, and they will disappear. And when they come into your life, let's say you will have again that angry moment and you stamp at somebody, in a few seconds, you are back, vibrating high. Oh my God, you apologize if you hurted somebody. You feel, oh yeah, I overreacted. I'm sorry, I overreacted. I don't know what happened. And you go to journal a bit, you go in a quiet space and ask yourself, accepting that emotion, that anger, and ask yourself, why did I react it like that? What's the unfulfilled need, emotional need that I felt in that moment? And when that started? What do I have to learn from this emotion? And like I said, with my personal anecdote, when I still snap at my kids, sometimes I feel shame. Yes, I feel ashamed that I still do it. I'm not evolving, and I'm like shaming myself. Oh my God, after all those books of personal growth, and you're still snapping at your kids? No, that's not a good mindset to have. You have to accept that emotion as well. But you accept that you snapped. Was not good, was not bad. You did it. You caused them harm, you scared them maybe. You disrupt your good relationship you build it with them. And after accepting it, yes, you ask yourself, and I ask myself, what triggered me in what they said, what my son said, or what my daughter did, that made me act like that? What triggered me? And sometimes I find it's not very hard, guys, to find what triggered you. Yes, my unfulfilled emotion to feel that I can control them. Yes, the control. And this is a wound I haven't yet healed from my past childhood, because our father controlled us. And the lesson I had to learn from this was that of forgiveness. And this is powerful. So I had many times with many this kind of emotions and these events and things I did that I was ashamed of. I saw myself repeating the pattern, being and acting like my father. And he was pretty abusive to us, not physically. Fortunately, he was emotionally abusing us, me, my sister, my mother. And I was repeating the pattern. And this lesson was to see how easy it is to repeat your parents' patterns, how you were raised, is how you become. And if you don't observe this pattern, you don't detach yourself. You don't break that past conditioning. And you don't forgive them. And in the end, he was doing the same their parents did and their grandparents did to him, because he was raised in the highly abusive, including physical abuse, family. So I forgive him, seeing that how easy it is to repeat negative patterns. Because for the majority of my life, I condemned him. I even hated him for the way he controlled the family, the way he led the family to nowhere, to misery and financial struggles, to the way he indoctrinated us, the way he raised us. So that was the lesson I had to learn from that, snapping at my kids, of forgiveness, to forgive my father for all these years. And I believe that so yes, you will get emotional with this inner work. Crying is highly therapeutical. We all must do it more often. So what I've learned from that snapping at my kids episode was not only forgiveness, is not only accepting the past has its role, and not only accepting every emotion we feel, but also learning about how to not lead your family, how to not control your kids. Because that triggered me and made me get angry and snap at my kids. Something, I don't remember what Maria said or did, because I wanted to control the outcome. I wanted to control how they act and what they do and what they think and say, like my father did to us. And the result was this: me not seeing my father and having not a great relationship, me living at 6,000 kilometers away from him. I haven't been aware of this, but me leaving Romania and me leaving home and me leaving him, leaving the family and moving far away from my childhood home, was this an intention to put a lot of space in between us. So it's a big lesson I have to learn from this, to not control my kids, to not be that dictator he was with us, with me, with my sister, with my mother, because my mother ended up divorcing him, of course, and now he lives alone with his mother, with my grandmother, and he repels us every time we get to meet. He is the same person, unchanged, narcissistic, and he believes himself he's the best person in the world, and it's a victim of we acting like that against him. And yes, as you can see, I have a lot of work to do, inner work to do, to accept more of this situation, to accept him more like that. And despite of having him unchanged and he acting even worse like in the past, to accept the situation is for my highest good, to learn more the acceptance, to learn more the forgiveness, to learn that our lives have effect, our past life, our childhood has an effect in how we are as adults. And yes, do not repeat those mistakes, because sometimes we only point mistakes in others. In my case, pointing those mistakes in my father. He did that, he said that, he did that to us, he destroyed the family. But I'm repeating them at a different level. I'm not a terrific dictator like he was with us. but I'm doing my part in this with my kids. And I had to learn a lot of letting go because my kids live their lives with a purpose. And that purpose, I don't see it, but it's higher than what I can imagine. An example of detaching and not maintaining control on my kids' lives was when, after 2 years of taking classes of swimming, and my son didn't enjoy it the majority of those years, and I understood that I was making him going to those classes, taking those swimming classes, exactly like my father made me choose my career, made me choose that high school. So I was doing the same mistakes, controlling his life. And yes, what the outcome of controlling other people? They want to live their lives very far away from you. They want freedom. Everybody wants autonomy. Everyone can have autonomy in their lives. Of course, we guide our kids. We provide support. We provide their needs. But we don't control their destiny. Yes, I believed my son will enjoy swimming. He learned to swim. But after being obvious that he didn't enjoy those classes, and what's the point to live a life if you don't enjoy the things you do? I said, you know what? That's a bullshit. I'm going to stop. And yes, I said, do you want to continue with swimming classes? I said, no, I don't like going to swimming. What do you like? Yeah, continue with basketball. Let's continue only with basketball. When you have a dense emotion, be aware of that emotion is not you. It's just an emotion. Accept it. Find its lesson. Find the reason that emotion is still with you and still affecting you. It's still in your heart more often than not. And when you do this work, you'll find that this emotion won't pay you visits that often. You won't feel that emotion anymore. And after doing this exercise, you will feel a higher vibration emotion, like peace, like happiness, joy. This was my video for today. Like it, because what's not to like? Share your stories with us. I would love to hear them. Subscribe for more like this. Activate the notification bell. Share this video with at least one person you know. And until the next time, watch this video.